everyone. Today I am Amrita Verma talking on behalf of Ministry of Commerce and Finance. After a lot of discussion, we came to conclusion that we would urgently need to focus on the following departments. These are Department of Commerce, Department of Financial Services, Indirect Tax and Corporate Affairs. I would also like to mention that out of 132 crore, only 82.7 million people pay taxes, and it is too small in contrast to USA, which has 45% of the population paying taxes. Also, the revenue collection of India is must compared to other big countries. These are the areas we would like to focus upon. Rest of our scheme will be discussed in following PPT. Now, I would like to hand over the rest to my teammate.
Thank you, Amrita. I'll handle the rest. Before starting the PPT, I would like to share that we have concentrated on grant number 10, Ministry of Commerce, grant number 29, Ministry of Financial Services, grant number 33, which is Indirect Taxes, and grant number 16, Corporate Affairs. Today's agenda includes financial services, commerce, indirect taxes, and corporate affairs. Financial services, insurance. Under the Ayush Bharat Yojana, 40% of the rural population has health insurance, but we would like to extend this policy to the urban areas as well as and make sure people with less than a certain amount of income also get their health insurance done. So during the times of emergency and when they need medical assistance, they don't lack money and the treatment goes smoothly. Not only health insurance, but providing awareness about a lot of other insurances like life insurance and property insurance. We can also provide life insurance to people involved in hazardous work. So if any accidents occur and the person dies, their family does not fall under crisis. Why is life insurance important? On the column on the right side, you can see different articles reporting the news of various workers dying in industrial accidents. According to the Times of India report, 48,000 people die every day because of some industrial accidents. Now imagine if they were the only breadwinner of the family, which is most likely the case since they were desperate enough to choose a life-threatening job. After the person's death, the family becomes unstable since there is no income. Moreover, the settlement money given to them isn't enough or is near to nothing. In cases like these, insurances help the family get on track, and if there is a student in the family, they can continue to pursue the studies. Loans. The loan taking process in India is a hassle and lengthy process. We would like to make it easier and short by providing financial literacy in rural as well as few urban areas. The interest rate of education loans should be made more lenient and students should be encouraged to take loans instead of choosing not to pursue their education because of financial barriers. Furthermore, we would like to introduce a new policy where a person, if taking a loan above a certain amount, would have their password listed, and whenever they want to leave the country, they would have to get approval from the concerned bank or RBI. This would help in preventing pendency in loan payment cases. Commerce. There are a lot of popular international brands which have captivated the global market. We would like to encourage Indian startups and businesses, especially in the fashion industry, to grow up to be MNCs and support the Indian economy. This also includes skill development and the promotion of small businesses to power them into being successful ones. Encouraging new startups would also increase job opportunities, assisting in the issues of unemployment. For this, we would have to collaborate with the Ministry of Skill Development to make this come true. Indirect taxes. We would like to apply taxes upon intoxicating products like tobacco, cigarettes, alcohol, etc., so that buying and selling becomes more complicated and less popular amongst the youth. Applying taxes to products from international brands makes local items more desirable. Also, we would like to address the issue of gender-biased taxes and make sure the same items, whether being targeted towards the male audience or the female audience, would cost the same. There would also be no taxes on menstrual and maternity products to make sure the women don't find using those items a burden. This would also assist the plans of Ministry of Women and Minority Affairs. What is pink tax? Pink tax is a form of gender-based pricing where women are typically charged more than men for the same product. It's not a tax that is applied on products used by women, rather it's a supplementary price that requires people using feminine products to pay more. In the image on the left side, you can see the razor targeted for the males cost less than the razor targeted for the females. On the right image, on the image in the right side, you can see the average cost a woman pays in the form of pink tax have been calculated. It's about $1,351, which is approximately 1,149.69 INR, which is too much for being a woman. Women's razor are 6.28% more expensive. Women's deodorant is 8.9 percent more expensive, while women's moisturizer is 34.28% more expensive. We would like to address this issue, which should be addressed urgently. Corporate affairs. The exploitation of labor and of natural resources of a particular area is very common among factories of MNCs set up in these areas. We would like to set up commissions working directly under the IAS of the particular judiciary, who would only be accountable to the center. They would keep a check on the MNCs and the procedures to make sure neither the natural resources or the laborers are exploited. For instances like the Bhopal gas tragedy, there was a leakage in the gas because of mismanagement. Even after the incident, the company did not take responsibility and just flew away. The people living in that area suffered from the chemical reaction, and after having contact with the toxic gases, they still suffer. What are MNCs? It literally expands to multinational company. A multinational company is a corporate organization that owns and controls the production of goods or services in at least one country other than its home country. MNCs set up the offices and factories in these areas, offices and factories in those regions where they get cheap labor and the other resources because they bring down the cost of production and ensure more profits for themselves. There is no limit to human greed. They would want more and they would end up hiring laborers for a cheap cost, which is way below the minimum working wage, that is INR 176 per day and INR 4,576 per month. The laborers agree to work below the minimum working wage because they are not aware of the working wage. Second, the unemployment rate in India is so much, especially in the rural areas, that people are all ready to work at any cost. If they don't accept that salary and ask for more, someone else will take it. This leads to their exploitation. As you know, their minimum wage is so low. On top of it, they are given much less than what is supposed to be given. Imagine the financial crisis they must be in. How would they pay their bills? How would they fulfill their aspirations if they are just barely surviving every day? By introducing commissions to work under them, we can work under the IAS. We can prevent the above mentioned exploitations from happening. The mind is just like a muscle. The more you exercise it, and the stronger it gets, and the more it can exercise. By Irovo Koyenikan. By this, I like to end my presentation. These are the sources we collected our information from. Thank you, the Ministry of Finance and Commerce.